Should West Ham United adopt Leicester City's buy and then sell transfer strategy? That's what I'm going to be discussing in today's video. Now, when you look at the table from last season, you probably say West Ham and Leicester are probably, in terms of the table last season, in the same sort of ballpark. Let's say after our fantastic season. Now, when you dig deep down into things, it's not quite that simple. I mean, just one example. Look at that. Training ground comparison. On the top is Leicester City's training ground. On the bottom is our legendary, iconic, what do you even call them? Porter cabins, caravans, whatever you want to call them. Welcome to the Rush Green training ground. Now, I've seen Championship League One, League Two, kind of facilities better than that. I know that it's very high tech inside, but when you look at that, you think, yeah, ugh, not very nice. Not definitely. I mean, if this was slapped in front of somebody, any footballer, which one would they take? We all know that they'd take the top option, whatever, because the facilities there are obviously a lot better. And I mean, there's no denying that Leicester City have got better owners than West Ham United. Not only do they quite a lot invest in the club by signing players that are needed at the right time and not holding back in terms of their money. They help out their local community as well. Of course, in 2018 we had the tragic aeroplane accident. But these foreign owners, it is for once nice to see some foreign coming from abroad owners having some nice generosity to a football club. You know, you've got the Cronkies and Edu and all of these owners and whatever hierarchy at clubs that are just want the money. They act it like a business, and to the Leicester City owners, their football club is a lot more than a business. It's the whole community. Of course, they've done so much for the community, supporting food banks, etc., etc. But looking more in terms of the football and their transfer strategy, that's kind of took my eye. And in this summer transfer window, they've already done a lot more action than us. They've signed Patson Daka. They've signed a out and out striker that they needed. We are yet to do that. They've signed Ryan Bertrand from Southampton on a free. Good bit of business, good squad player, which we were looking at. Just a bit quicker than us with both players there. Daka and Bertrand, they both would have took in a heartbeat at West Ham United, especially Patson Daka. What a player! But we were just a bit lethargic with it. I think I'm sure that he was on David Moyes' transfer list somewhere. But I'm going to take a deeper look at their transfer strategy in the last few years. I'm going to start off with a player you might know him called N'Golo Kante. Now, I've dug deep here. N'Golo Kante was at a club called SM CAN, CAEN. I've probably pronounced that wrong. He came to Leicester City for £8.1 million from SM CAN. 347 days later, so that's not even a year later, he was sold from Leicester City to Chelsea in 347 days, just like that. £24.12 million profit made. I know the days is a bit covered up from his former club CAN there. So he's gone from three clubs in a year, basically, and Leicester City have made £24.12 million. And obviously, what a player N'Golo Kante is. It's good business. Picking up somebody that probably no one had ever heard of, SM CAN. As you can see, there are three clubs. I mean, there's a picture of all the kits when he played for CAN. No one really heard of him. Then he came to Leicester, burst on the scene, won the Premier League title with them, went to Chelsea, and the rest is history. A fantastic all-in-one player in Chelsea's midfield, and so crucial to them. But just the way, almost of Vladimir Sufal, you could say, in that adoption way. Obviously, we haven't sold him for more money, but picking up a player that no one's ever heard of for cheap as chips, £8 million, and then very quickly after selling them for more money to invest yet again. And yes, it's short term, but it's very smart business. That's just, you look at that, not even a year, £24 million made, just like that. Absolutely incredible, I think. And yeah, some more players that perhaps helped them to a Premier League win in the 2015-16 season, I do believe it was. Bought them for not much, sold them for a lot of money. Shinji Okazaki, who remembers that striker? Bought him cheap as chips, sold him for a bit more money. A massive one. Harry Maguire, bought him in for barely anything, sold him to Manchester United to be a record signing for a centre back for a defender at £80 million. Somebody recognised this geezer as well. Was at Leicester at some point. Harry Kane. He came from non-league. He made his way to Leicester and then on, of course, to Spurs. More money for Leicester in quick time. Ben Chilwell as well. He is currently Chelsea's number one or number two left back. He was at not that long ago, because you can see the Black Lives Matter and there wasn't many because there's no fans in the stadium. That was in 2020. He went to Chelsea for quite a lot of money. More money instantly made for the Foxes. And you've got other players like Islam Slimani, Damari Gray. All of these players bought for not a lot of money, sold on for more money. And the way I look at this is, could West Ham try and adopt this option and try and, we've done it with Soufal. I'm not saying sell Soufal, but Leicester are very effective, and it's interesting when I've dug deep with this. I hope you've enjoyed this insight in this video, because it took a while to get all this information and all of these players on graphics. I'm going to admit it, but I think it's quite interesting viewing for you, to be honest with you, because these players, very good players, and perhaps we haven't signed anybody in this transfer yet. I'm not saying to sign someone for nothing who's really good and then sell him. That's basically what Leicester are doing, but they're doing it in a very effective way. They are doing business effectively, and this is what West Ham lack sometimes, doing business effectively. In the last couple of days, we sold Felipe Anderson, bought him in for £36 million, sold him for £2.5 million. We bought in Haller for, what was it, 40 odd million pounds, sold him for £22 million. With Leicester, it's smart business, profit, profit, profit. With West Ham, it seems like bad business, loss, loss, loss. And this is why I think this new head of recruitment that's coming in, the former Manchester City recruitment, quite a good, well-known person in that side of football. David Moyes has pulled in, I do believe. It's only rumoured, but X has said, I think it's probably going to happen. So someone like that, because it's obvious Leicester have got a very good scouting network for this to happen, because they bought its absolute gems, sold them for a lot of money. They must have a very good scouting network, and this is what I'm hoping David Moyes is trying to do at West Ham now, is bring in head of recruitment, bring in some scouting expertise, not just David Moyes, Thomas Tuchel and Thomas Tuchel, which seems to be all we've got at the moment. But some smartness in our business, which I'd like to see us do this summer. Buy smart players, which I'm sure David Moyes is going to do. But I'm sure David Moyes has had a little look at Leicester and seen what they've done, and hopefully, in my opinion, trying to adopt this option of being smart with money and being smart like Leicester have. If he can get the hands on the money, which I hope he does. I hope you've enjoyed the insight in today's video into why I think West Ham should adopt Leicester's transfer buy, sell strategy and make instant money like that. And thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Only one thing left to say. Come on, you eyes, and I'll see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.